الخير جميعا. Good morning. almost كنا نعمل ترويقة عربية اليوم بما انه كلنا بنعرف عربي. جبنا شوية مناقيش على شوية فول على شوية كنافة، كلنا بنعرف عربي اليوم. طيب البرزنتيشن بالانجليزي ورح ادمج بين الاثنين لانه بتنحط كمان على ويب سايت المدرسة. اوكي، في بعض الاهالي بيرجعوا بيشوفوها بعدين ليعرفوا السيشن شو عنه. طيب ثانك يو لوجودكم هون هذا الصباح، دليل دائما اهتمامكم ببرنامج العربي. نعمل سيشنز عادة مرة أو مرتين خلال السنة عن الأرابيك بروجرام بالتوك تيوزداي بشكل خاص. ببداية السنة السيشن كانت تعريف عن البرنامج في بداية السنة، شو هو برنامج العربي، شو بنعمل فيه، الفاونديشن، الكريكولم، توبكس، هالأمور هيدي السيشن هدفها أبديت. لو تلاحظوا بالعنوان أبديت شو صار من بداية هيدي السنة لحديث هلا بالنسبة لبرنامج العربي، وشو حيصير من هلا لآخر السنة، وشو الاشياء يلي بلشنا نعملها، تغيرات، تحسينات الى ما هنالك. حيكون عندنا فرصه كمان تسالوا اسئله واجابات خلال السيشن كمان. اوكي، انا مازن الشيخ، ممكن تعرفوني، هيدي خامس سنه اللي بالاي اس دي وبدبي، ومسؤول عن العربي والشغل لقدام ان شاء الله. اوكي طيب خلينا نبلش ب فإذا لما كنت عم فكر شو هن المحورين الأساسيين, two main topics for today, I thought of those two main topics. Update you on what happened this year and what things have started and will continue happening in the Arabic world. All right? I want to start with some kind of a game. So let's guess. There are over words of love in Arabic, for love in Arabic. Give a guess. 11? Okay. Actually more than 11. That's more than 11. Okay. الحب والغرام والهوى والعشق والحنين. Okay. حنين عندنا كمان معنا اليوم. But this tells us something about the nature of the language, how emotional it is, right?
Capital letters.
Okay, we don't have capital letters in Arabic, right? We have punctuation marks, but it's not as, the rules for punctuation marks are not as rigid as English. Whether we put a comma or semicolon, we don't have that much strict rules in Arabic for punctuation. But we don't have capital letters, of course. What's your guess? 300 million. There are over 300 million. Okay.
Third.
Fifth. It's the fifth after Hindi, English, Mandarin, Chinese. Okay. I think even Spanish is more. It's the fifth, but still among the most spoken languages in the world. Poetry يقول الشعر ديوان العرب. يعني we used to study Arabic history through poetry. Okay, Arabic geography through poetry. So poetry is our record in the Arabic tradition. Okay, good. طيب, this gives us some general data, and your information is good about Arabic culture and Arabic language. Okay, let's start. I just want to start again with the philosophy of not only the Arabic program, actually, because the Arabic program is part of the world language program in the school. Because in middle school and high school, we also have Spanish and French. And the mission and the vision of the language program, as you can see, we believe that language is not separated from culture. So when we teach students about Arabic language, we also teach them about Arabic music, Arabic drama, food, cuisine, clothing, all those kind of things. It comes together. So that's very important. Something also is very important. We always say at ASD that we're preparing kids for the challenges of the future, right? So we really believe that knowing only one language is not preparing kids enough for the future. They have to know at least two languages, at least bilingual. And that's also very important for us to emphasize and work with kids. Yes? An early question. Mm-hmm.
About the world language program. If they start with Arabic now in elementary, when you said when you get to middle and high school, do they add another language or they just have to
Yeah, and in grade 6, they have to choose only one language. In grade 6. After grade 6, they can double up on languages.
So they don't lose their Arabic. So
Yeah, they can continue and they can add Spanish and French, but after grade 6.
Okay, so 7th grade.
Okay?
So
Yes. Those kids who are registered in the school under Arab passport, okay, those kids who are registered in the school under Arab passport have to take native Arabic up to grade 12. This is the Ministry of Education requirement. They can add Spanish and French, but they have to take native Arabic. Okay?
but here nobody's registered. People
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. Okay? We have small percentage, not a big percentage. We have. Okay? Just clarifying. All right? But yeah, certainly they can continue from K1 up to grade 12 learning Arabic. That's,
join another language after grade 7.
yes. Okay? That's a good
We
question.
cannot keep them إذا هن عم ياخذوا Arabic A from now. We cannot keep them till grade 12 taking Arabic.
You can, of course you can. Yeah.
They want.
Of course, yeah. If they want, if you want,
No, they have two paths.
yeah. Okay. They can be in native Arabic without on a non-Arab passport. ما تفهموني غلط. Okay? All right. طيب, again, those are kind of transfer goals for the language program. We want kids, we really believe that if learning the language doesn't help them outside the classroom, okay, we need something to work on it. If we teach them, for example, to role play in the class to order food at a restaurant, we want them to apply this when they go to an Arabic restaurant. I know it's challenging in Dubai, even if you go to an Arabic restaurant, to find somebody who speaks in Arabic, but this is the aim. Okay, Dubai is a bit an exception in this regard. And take risks and opportunities. If they are in the market, in the mall, they give it a try. They read the signs in Arabic, those kind of things, brochures, menus, etc. And we also really believe that once they know more about the Arabic language and culture, they also start comparing it with other cultures as well and drawing some conclusions, commonalities and differences, just to raise this awareness of understanding. Mish right or wrong. There's nothing right or wrong in culture. Just to kind of understand what's going on. Because in the future they will interact with people from, even from now, from different cultures and different nationalities. So that's important. All right, so what has happened since the beginning of the school year? We had the Arabic author visit, Zahar Mahfouz. She came for a full week. She conducted sessions with the kids about her life. She had some stories. They asked her questions about the characters in her stories. They did kind of hands-on activities as a follow-up to that. As you can see, she conducted some workshops with the Arabic teachers. She did the Talk Tuesday with the parents as well. So this is an annual event in the Arabic program, going for the 5th year, and it's going to continue in the years to come. It really gives the kids some value about Arabic writing and Arabic literature because they see it in English. Soon we have the English writers coming, so we do this in Arabic as well. Just to emphasize this. Yes. I think it's a small group we can. If I feel that this question, I'll feel free and let you know.
Sure. Yeah. So from my son's perspective, this is a great initiative and he loves it and it really gets him excited about Arabic. I wish we could do it more than once a year.
You mean the Arabic author?
Yeah.
You mean have more than one author come, you mean?
More than one, or even the same author. Like, I think Sahar, she lives here, have her come back in term 2, term 3, or a different author, but keep it going. It's so exciting and it actually makes them like Arabic.
Right.
So that's would be, this is from my
We can
son's
explore
perspective,
this.
not only mine.
We can explore it. It didn't come to our mind. We can explore it. There are some logistics associated and some finance, all those kind of things. But we can certainly, and her schedule as well, their schedule. But certainly something we can explore. So far we had 5 different authors come for different years, just as different faces as well. We're trying to get a male author, but it's not easy to find a male Arabic author for children. As well. Yes.
Maybe just related to this topic.
Yeah.
My son is in grade 2,
Mhm.
and in their classroom they have where the parents can come and read to the children.
Yeah.
And this time it worked that my husband could come and read. So my husband said, I'm going to read a book in Arabic.
Here we go.
And then we talked with the teacher, and also she said, well, maybe not because they're not going to understand. This is the regular class,
Yeah.
not Arabic class.
Yeah.
So then he read a book in English. But then my husband said, why don't you talk with the Arabic teachers? And I could come, or maybe other parents, because the kids love it.
Right.
The parents come in and read, especially the
100%.
dads, obviously, and just to bring it more to life. My son was so excited. So I reached out to the teacher, and his Arabic teacher said, yeah, we'll try to arrange something.
Yeah.
That's also.
I'm going to talk about, we started this last year where the parents come to the Arabic class in elementary and read stories for the children. We're going to start doing it this year. We're a bit late, but we're thinking of more kind of a comprehensive approach to it in terms of sign up and coordination. But it's something certainly we have done in the past and we will continue doing
It makes it come alive again. Like
100%.
Yeah.
So that's for the Arabic author visit. We will continue doing it. The Arabic Book Fair also, it's an annual event. We hosted it this year. This year we had even more books sold than other years actually, which is good. Kids come during their Arabic class and they purchase books and they can come before and after school as well with you. We try always to have as many quality, like we understand that in international schools we need to have quality. Not every publishing house in the Arab world, we have it presented here. So we work ahead of time with the book fair provider to make sure that we have good topics, variety, quality of books, good publishing houses. And we're fortunate these days, let me be honest with you. When I was a student, there weren't many good, appealing Arabic books to read, stories. Now there are more catching up, the publishing houses, even the Arabic authors. We have more now, so that's good. And we avoid having toys and games at the fair and keep it book fair. That's an important piece as well. National Day, also as you know, is an annual event to celebrate the UAE and its culture and its traditions. This year we added something for middle school and high school. It's usually very elementary centered on the green field, as you realize there are different stations. So we had a guest speaker coming and talk about the UAE major accomplishments, the leaders, and they saw also a traditional dance, and they had a discussion about it. A high school student and a middle school student emceed those performances as well. So that's something that will continue. And we're always looking of ways of improving this National Day celebration as well. We had the first middle school Arabic trip this year. They went to skydive Dubai, not to skydive, but the person there speaks Arabic, so he went through through explaining all the parts of the skydive adventure in Arabic, and they asked questions and they interacted in Arabic as well. So that was an interesting experience to them.
We did the trip.
It's for elementary. Yeah. We did 3 trips for elementary actually. Yeah. So that's for middle school. For elementary school, we did 3 trips so far. They went to the Grand Mosque recently. The grade 5 went to the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi. This is the Bastakiya trip, and they also went to Dubai Museum. Hey, they're taking coffee, huh?
So our class didn't go.
Is this across like middle school, or do they choose one class?
This one is
No, like the middle school, the skydive.
The middle school, it's only the Arabic class. It's not across. Like in elementary school, all grade 5 went to the Grand Mosque. All grade 2 went to Bastakiya.
Yeah, but in middle school.
In middle school, only the if I remember correctly, it's Miss Hiba's class, the native. One of the native classes. Yeah, it's in middle school. It's per course, per class, not across the whole division.
But it's not the Arabic in middle school. The Arabic A in middle school.
The Arabic
This specific class was one of Miss Hiba's native Arabic classes.
Would you accept that one teacher comes up with an idea and takes her class somewhere and not like it's for everybody?
For everybody, it's not coordinated.
Why not? I mean,
No, we're
there are.
saying like, why is it fair for one class to go and not the others? That's what
If
we're
a teacher,
saying.
if they have, it happened that one class has an active teacher and another class doesn't have an active teacher.
Yeah.
It's not fair for
Yeah.
the other
That's how many
class.
native.
That's true. That's true. Can I keep in mind? What did I say in the beginning? This is the first time it happens in middle school.
Or maybe it's a
Okay,
try.
so let's. This is the stuff.
Yeah.
I hear you. What you're saying, that it's an experience. You value it to a point where it should happen for all the children in Arabic classes, right? So that's something for us to think about, to streamline it as we're doing for elementary. Okay, where they all go. There are more logistics involved in middle school because they're not assigned in classes per grade level. So we need to think of what other subjects they will be missing, and how much their schedule will be impacted when they're outside the school. That's something for us to think about. Okay? But I hear you what you're saying, because we really believe on those, putting the language in practice outside the class, how much authentic it is and how much valuable it is. This year we started, and it will continue, Arabic drama after school activity. Little Thinking Minds, we have been working with them for some time. They provide us with Arabic digital resources. So this year they started this initiative of offering Arabic drama after school activity. So I think we have around 11 or 12 kids registered in this activity, and it has been running pretty well actually. This is their teacher. So again, learning some short dialogues, acting them up with emotions and gestures and body language, bringing Arabic to life in a fun and engaging way. And again, another opportunity outside the school hours to practice Arabic. This is the point. Little Thinking Minds, we started this year, actually last year, and we continued this year with the IRID Arabic program for elementary. It's a digital platform that has multi-levels of Arabic stories. They're classified into levels and topics where kids can read them. They can record their voice reading them aloud. And because it's digital, it can happen anytime, any place. That's the good thing about it. So we're committed to that. And this year, we added the iStart Arabic. Now, the iStart Arabic focuses more on speaking and listening, okay? Not stories. So the videos, clips, they can hear, songs they can hear, and they can practice those as well. Just more resources. Taking advantage of the digital age. We recently started sending a monthly update in elementary school via CISO.
Yeah, we received from Ms. Ghada like 700 pages last week.
700? I thought
All of
800.
them, not 1,000, all of them together.
Okay, no, it shouldn't be 700. All right, maybe that's something else you're referring to. But 700.
All the Arabic, what they're gonna do from what they did and what they are gonna do.
Okay.
All the booklets.
All right. Okay, yeah. I think she attached some of the booklet practices, not only the, yeah, it's fine. Okay, good. The more info, the better.
Yeah.
So this is the monthly update that will go to you via CISO every month to more update on what's going on in the Arabic class. Okay? We're keeping it short and sweet, not 700 pages. So it will tell you the grade level, the month, and the unit title. And it will tell you this month I will be able to, okay, phrase in the student's voice. What will the student be able to do? Okay? And then some resources to help you at home, how to support the child in that specific unit, and some tips. So it will help you, so give you some direction on what's going on in the class and how you can support at home. That's the main purpose of it. And it's gonna roll on a monthly basis. Okay?
Sorry, Hassan, before we go, just the slides that were before, the ones that you, is this something that as parents we can sign up for it? I mean, like, let's say, like music, sign up for smart music. Is this something
For
like
this?
that? Yeah.
I read Arabic. This is for elementary students.
Oh, elementary.
On elementary, I read Arabic or I have Arabic for elementary
Oh,
kids.
this is just elementary. Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
designed for elementary.
So it's
but
not
it is
the
something.
older kids.
It is something we as school sign the kids for, and then we share the usernames and the passwords with them, so they can access it anytime.
So, just like, why can't we have it?
It's
across
not
the
designed.
board?
It's not designed for. It's usually, yeah. I mean the content is not designed for middle school, high school. Yeah.
Okay.
بطة ودجاجة
Okay. No, because it's a great thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
to think about for the older kids.
Okay, so that's the elementary school Arabic learning update that will run on a monthly basis. Okay? And if you need at some point to know more about what's going on in the Arabic class, if you need more resources to support, please feel free to approach the Arabic teacher. They will help you. Because, you know, sharing such information with parents is also, some parents need always more information, and some parents say, hey, listen, that's enough. Let me work with what I have right now. So it's really, we're trying to cater for all those needs. Hi.
When did you start the updates?
This month, recently. The first one has been sent. Did you check Seesaw?
Is it on Seesaw? It's
Via Seesaw. Okay, so check. If not, reach out to the teacher. Everybody can send. Okay, good. So I'm going to talk now separately about the Arabic as a word language program and then about the Arabic native program. Just some kind of updates, some information about this. Okay? I'm not going to go in too much details about the curriculum terminology, okay, but just to give you an overview. So the Arabic as a word language program, like the French program and the Spanish program, are based on the American Council of Teaching Foreign Languages proficiency language levels. Okay? So we have the novice language level, we have the intermediate, and we have the advanced. And each one of those major levels has a sub-level. So for example, you have novice low, novice mid, novice high. And this helps us to know what students should be able to do in order to progress from one sub-level to another. Okay? So this is kind of the major framework for Arabic as a word language program that directs our planning, our assessment, our teaching, everything. Okay, so that's a very important document for you to have. I think the presentation will be online. If you want a digital copy, I can send it to you also by email.
But this is an internal document that you guys have drafted.
No, this is the American Council of Teaching Foreign Languages. They're experts in curriculum design. They have drafted this. We adopted it. Okay, all right. Like when you think, for example, of the English Common Core standards. They're adopted for the English language class. The same idea. Okay. What we do is we take, okay, so the novice low level, what topics, what units, what learning activities, what assessments, what resources we need to gather in order to cater for this novice low level. That's what we do internally. Okay.
The objective has not been clear to us as parents in terms of what you're trying to achieve for our kids, to be honest with you.
What do you mean by the objective wasn't clear?
Like, I can't follow what's being taught. I know what's being taught at school, but like one day I look at my son who's in 8th grade and I see, for example, a story that's printed and glued on his notebook with some questions. Then a month later, I see a story that's also printed and stapled that he needs to read. I don't see a program. I don't see books. I don't know what's.
Middle school or elementary school? Middle school. Okay. Yeah, we don't have books. We don't have textbooks.
But why? It's easier for us as parents if we want to help our
Textbooks. We're talking about two different things here. We're talking about textbooks, and we're talking about knowing what's going on in the Arabic class to support more of the student at home, right?
I'm talking about the objective.
Yeah, the objective, knowing what's going on to help, right? Okay, so it's a different conversation from the textbook. I don't want to go on the textbook conversation now, it's more at the school philosophical level of the benefits of the textbooks. I'm not going to go into that right now. If you need to know more, you need to reach to the teacher. I mean, if you're asking your child and seeing the material coming home is not giving you the clear idea of what's going on, you need to reach out to the child's teacher. This would be my first response.
Yeah, but should
we realize that? But some teachers are very good at sharing and they're very involved in the child's work, and others are not. So I think we as parents need to pick up on that and ask the teacher. It's unfortunate because not all teachers are as amazing as some
The others,
No, but
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
but I mean, even if there's a follow-up with the teachers, fine. But I mean, why can't there be like a syllabus, let's say, that can be followed?
Have you
With
been
the Arabic
checking-
program.
Yeah, have you been checking Power School? Have you been checking Power School regularly?
And it just says like Unit 2. And
It doesn't say where are we now. If we finished Unit 2, because that's what I'm telling you. I was really like, Ms. Ghada now, she sent us from the beginning of the year till now, now we're going in spring break, we're in March. Now we received all these, the flashcards, the كله هلا بعتهم. Like we should have got them from the beginning of the year at least كلمة بدها تبلش in this unit she should have sent us a week before we are gonna start in this. Please work out with your
Okay.
child.
So let's start from now. You're receiving now what you need to receive.
She sent everything.
Yeah.
You know what I
So-
mean? She sent everything,
All right.
and I'm
No,
like,
but
what?
Mazen, that's
It's
what-
like giving
Okay,
a
so let me go back. Let me
Let's
go
go
back.
back to basically what Suhair was saying.
Right.
I mean, if we go to on our teachers, I mean the classroom, we see what's happening. But I mean, what is the objective? Like from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, what
يعني نحن
are
هالسنة لنقول are we gonna teach
That's
our
it.
kids الضمائر لنقول الماضي المضارع المستقبل
هيدا الممنوع.
شو الاوبجيكتيف تبعي يعني انا كل يونت اوكي I know شو اللي عم يتعلم بالصف but every unit احسن من كل بستان زهرة like we say.
Okay, so you need to see.
there is
Yeah.
an objective انه انا by the end of the year انا my son or my girlfriend
Right.
صارت بتعرف كتابي
Okay.
كتابه كتابها هي لسه like I'm still teaching my kids هالشيء
All right. So I hear you saying that you need to know more of the objectives to support them at home. Something similar, I think, to what we have been doing in elementary. My understanding is that in middle school and high school, Power School is the venue for that. You're telling me you're going to Power School, you're not finding the information that you
No, I mean
want.
you see what they've done. Like you go
Okay.
on today and
Okay.
you see the classroom,
Okay.
and she does post like what they did.
Okay.
But again, I mean, if you're trying to follow up from September all the way until June,
Okay.
it's like, okay, what did they really cover?
Okay.
What is it that they
So you need to
covered?
see kind of scope and sequence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. I mean,
All
like
right.
what Sarah was saying, those topics, the
Okay.
basic stuff.
Okay. All right. So two things. Let me follow up on
A
this.
student in 8th grade وقت يقول لك أنا تأكل ما أنا آكل مثلا.
Okay.
It's
Grade they teach them
لا
أنا
لا لا عم بقول أنا لا لا what I'm saying is that my son
Okay,
who's
okay.
in 8th grade
All right.
still makes
Very wrong.
Okay, let me stop you here. Let me stop you here because we're getting into language acquisition and we're getting into this is a different conversation. I think what you need to know is kind of a scope and sequence of what kids are learning from September across the whole year, the objectives, so things are clear. So two things I can do. Let me check on Power School because my understanding in middle school and high school, this is the venue for that. If we need to work on it as an Arabic program, we can work with the teachers on posting more information that is clearer to you from the parents' side. So you know, oh, okay, they'll be learning this, they will be able to do that. Make sense?
Because basically, I mean, it intertwines with my next question, which I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. My kid going into high school, and I've already gone through high school with my other son. I want to know how the teachers from high school and middle school are really working together.
I'm going to talk about this today. Yeah, this is something I will talk about today.
I have
Yeah.
one final comment on this, which I think will also help. So, in grade 1, when we had, at the beginning of the year, we had the parent introduction of what they will be learning. It was so helpful. So, your homeroom teacher sits and tells you what they're going to be learning in homeroom. Let's have the same thing in Arabic. Because right now, the Arabic is like, you've got to stand in line and I get 5 minutes with the teacher. Let's have the same thing where the teachers present the way the homeroom teachers do about the Arabic curriculum. This is what they will learn in grade 1, grade 8. And we have a proper Q&A as opposed to this, 2 minutes, let's play favorites. Yeah, on back to school night. Because I never understood that. And that's, I think, an immediate thing that can happen really easily. Just to make it
Good
more
point.
structured.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It seems this is the thing. I think the more we discover Arabic is treated as what do you call them? Encore, all right. But we keep discovering that Arabic is Encore plus, all right. It's not. I mean, the parents' attention to it, the community's attention to it is growing to a point where it's not an Encore subject. It's a major subject. So I think that's one of the things where maybe we need to have a separate sessions for Arabic to introduce the learning in the beginning of the school year, and you can ask questions as well. That's a good point.
But
Okay.
even if you do a follow-up where either you have a student-led conference later in the year, the same way you do with homeroom, or you have like a music share. Again, I'm elementary school focused, so forgive me if this is not relevant to you guys. But like the same way you have a music share where the parents come in for like 45 minutes or
Right.
an hour, have an Arabic share, and I would love that and understand better, understand better in the context and how it shows it, So yes, this is a brilliant idea. I love that, having a back to school night where then you have goals for the year, and then
Yes.
a couple of follow-ups.
I think you can start it with the native class, and then if you find enough interest from parents, then you roll it across all the classes. And just
We can. I'm just brainstorming in my mind now as we always try to do more things and improve more things and communication with parents, and sometimes we need to prioritize. Like for example, this year we started the elementary school learning update. Something simple but something powerful. We hope it's powerful as well. So you're making me aware now of the middle school situation, which we need to follow up on. So yeah, thank you. Okay.
Do you see more of the interest that you said the parent community is mainly, would you say it is with the native speakers group, or is also the Arabic as a world language? They're also
Both actually, both. And we have varieties of both. Now, the interest, the kind of interest is different. The interest from Arab background parents is kind of protecting this identity and protecting this Arabic because it is our language and it's our culture, and when they graduate they're gonna use it because they're gonna work in the Arab world, those kind of things. It's a different kind of interest, all right? So it's more kind of us, it's more attached to the identity. Okay, so for the Arabic as a world language program, as I said, it's based on the Act 4, and this year we started adopting the Jefferson County units of study. They've designed from elementary to high school units of study, complete units of study, based on the framework that we have already adopted. So this would help us move forward as well. It's aligned with many international schools, and the main characteristic of those units are co-created with students. What does this mean? This means that if I'm a teacher teaching about transportation, a unit on transportation, I can brainstorm what kind of words as students we need to know, or phrases we need to know in Arabic in order to communicate in the unit of transportation, to book a flight, for example. So this way is co-created with the kids based on their needs. Because a child might say, okay, I want to learn this word, while a child is more interested in learning a word about airplanes or whatever it is. So this way, how it's co-created with them. And there is some kind of choice in it as well.
Sorry, where is Jefferson County?
Jefferson County is in the States. I think it's in Kentucky.
Okay, and they have a program that they've adopted.
They've designed units of study based on the Act 4 framework. Okay? So for each proficiency level, they've designed units, topics, learning activities, assessments. Okay? We're taking those. Of course, we're doing some adaptation to fit our students, but we're taking those because they have been experimented, they have been implemented with feedback and revisions. They have been used in various international schools. And I said they're co-created with students. So we thought this is quality.
But they have an Arabic language one.
They don't have an Arabic. They don't have it specific for each language. But they write them in English. That's why I say we adapt them. When we talk about Arabic, we add المضارع or الأفعال or التصريف. But it's research based and it's based on best practices of teaching a language. That's the point of it as well. Also this year we've done a major work on, again, referring to the Act 4 framework. We've designed rubrics. Now if you're familiar with this term, rubrics are بالعربي هو شبكة تقويم. Rubrics, when we assess the child and we give them feedback, it's based on a rubric to assess their specific performance. So if there is a project or a presentation or a role play or a piece of reading or writing, whatever it is. So we've designed a whole set of rubrics for all the proficiency levels, from novice to advanced, and for the sub-levels, and all the 4 language skills, speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Okay? To help us move forward. So you can see, this is the criteria. What language do I use? How do I use language? How well am I understood? How well do I understand? How accurate am I? And how intercultural am I? And then exemplary, proficient, adequate, and low or below expectations.
Are the kids given that? Are they aware of this?
Not yet. Not yet. We've just designed it, we finished it, we reviewed it. Not yet. It's not, but it will roll out soon. Next year it will roll out consistently and heavy.
This is just for the world language program.
What language? I'm talking, yeah. This is Arabic, Spanish, and French, not only Arabic.
Just for the Arabic as a world language, not as a native speakers.
Yes. Yeah, I will talk about the native speaker in a second. Yes. Okay. And you can also see that it's phrased in the I can, and it's in the student's voice. I can do this. I can do this. All right. It's not the teacher. Now let's talk about the native program. Historically, the native Arabic program at ASD has been ACTFL plus. Okay, has been ACTFL, the framework for Arabic as a world language, with more emphasis on reading and writing. But we're also, there is a plan to move more forward in uplifting our native Arabic program to mirror what's going on in the English language arts classes. This is clear. So to uplift the native Arabic program and curriculum to mirror what goes on in the actual English language class. So it's almost taught as a first language, not as a second language. Okay? So to do that, we are partnering with Queen Rania Teacher Academy in Jordan. Because those people, what they did, I'm not sure if you heard about the Teachers College in Columbia University in New York. They offer the reading and writing workshop, which guides our practices in English language classes at ASD. So the QRTA, they took that program and they're doing it in Arabic, in terms of training or in terms of curriculum resources as well. So that's why we're partnering with them. Okay? Now, so they provide training. Next year, all our teachers will start this training, K-12 in Arabic, on those practices. This will help us also in more collaboration between Arabic teachers and English teachers at ASD. Because if they're doing the same reading writing workshop model and practices, automatically there will be collaboration on not necessarily the specific language itself, but the practices. Okay? And this also will help us to further align our native program with the Ministry of Education in UAE, because there is a push for that as well. All right? Now, the good thing, I did a crossover this year between the Ministry of Education standards and the Common Core in English language to see how much common and different they are. And the good thing is that the Ministry of Education, what they did practically is they translated the Common Core English language and they Arabized it a bit. They added some Arabic flavor. So practically two documents are one document, they're the same. Okay?
So this workshop from Columbia, have you adapted it essentially to apply to in Arabic, or is it taught in English, or how is it?
Next year, trainers from QRTA will come to ASD and give the trainings in Arabic.
Teachers from Columbia?
No. They're from Jordan. They're from Queen Rania, but they're trained, but they're certified trainers.
They've Arabized it.
Yes, they're certified trainers in the reading and writing workshop model to deliver it in Arabic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
And so this is the thing about the native program, is that it's literacy focused. This means it's the reading and writing focus. Now we build the assumption that then in speaking and listening, because they're first language learners, they know. So we don't spend much time with them as we do with the Arabic as a word language, teaching them the basic speaking and listening skills. Okay? So that's the roadmap for the native program. And this is the main points that we want to hit. All right? Now, are we going to hit them in a few weeks? No. A few months? No. But that's a roadmap. Okay? Yeah, but we're really fortunate that it's in Arabic and it's in Jordan, so we can fly them over. It's not like we have to all go to New York and all those kind of things. Something new that will roll next year for high school. Well, eventually for everybody, but it's for high school. You know, for many years we know that there is AP for Spanish and French, but there isn't AP for Arabic. Correct? So finally, there is something, not AP Arabic, they're not calling it AP Arabic. It's endorsed by College Board, who supports AP Spanish and French. It's called Arabic in You. Okay? The National Exam in World Languages. Arabic National Exam in World Languages. Now what does this do? This is not a course. This is an exam that the kids can choose to take in grade 11 or 12. It will give them recognition their Arabic learning. So when their results are sent to universities, they give them credits for that. Like the AP idea. Okay? It measures the 4 skills, reading.
Native Arabic.
It's for both. So all students in grade 11 and 12 who have successfully completed native 3 this year, okay, or beyond, native 4 or 5, Arabic 4 or beyond, are eligible to sit for this test. The results will be sent out to the universities they want to apply to, and they will get equivalent college credits for that. So that's the, I think that's, yeah. Of course, they have to pay for it. It's like the AP. They have to pay for it, register for it. We're working on having ASD become a testing center for the Arabic Noor as well. So they don't have to go to the States and find a school or a center to sit for the exam. All right? So that's kind of gives some more legitimacy to the end point of our Arabic program as well. There is a recognition. It's international and it's external. Yeah.
When you said the scores are sent directly to the universities, do we as parents or students have the choice of sending them or not?
Yeah, of course. Of course. You say, okay, I have positive. Yeah, exactly. All right. And how it works actually is that so the Arabic, the College Board tells us, okay, now I have the results, we work with the school, we send a letter from the school that they've done it, and then it goes to the college they're applying. Yes.
Remind me, what's the highest level, native 5 or native 4?
We have native 6. Currently we have native 6. Okay. And I'm saying currently native 6 because with adopting the reading and writing workshop model and the Common Core, we might do some changes to the leveling system in the native Arabic program. Okay, but currently native 6. Okay.
Sorry, and the exams for both native and non-native, which is Arabic, are different for this?
For this test, it is the same. Why? It is the same test. It's measuring proficiency. So let's say now somebody enters the room, he wants to test us in English. We're coming from different English language levels, right? But it's a proficiency level. So it's speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Regardless of our previous learning, they will test us and report on our level. Is it novice? Is it intermediate? Is it advanced? Is it advanced low? Is it advanced mid? Whatever it is. Okay? And that's why we said for kids to do it successfully, 11 and 12, because they're planning of entering college, and it should be native 3 and beyond or Arabic 4 and beyond. Okay, any more questions on this? Good. In 18 April to 2nd May, we usually have the Arabic Week in elementary school, and this year we're really planning to host an Arabic play. I think it's for the first time for elementary kids, grades 1 to 5, in the theater, in the ASD theater. If you know, I'm not sure if you know Adwar. They used to be in Daktak in the Mall of Emirates before it closed. So we met with them. They really provide quality acting, quality plays, engaging. They understand how international students' mentality works in regards to Arabic. So that's something we're looking at as well. Yeah, Saada. It's the play is about teaching kids how to appreciate their friends and not to exclude anybody. It's kind of inclusion thing.
And Sarah, they're going to do this during the day, during the curriculum?
We didn't decide yet whether we're doing during the Arabic class or we need to take. It's 45 minutes play, so we're thinking about those logistics. Yeah, but certainly not in the evening.
And it's all students, not just the native class?
It's all the students, grade 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because even those ones who are not in the native class, there is a lot of repetition and singing in the play and repeating that they will understand what's going on. Yep, and we're financing it, so kids don't have to pay. So we're providing it. Good. This year, this is something would be initiated by me personally as the director of the Arabic program. It will happen between May and June. I would like to programmatically solicit feedback from those transitional grades, not everybody. Grade 5 going to grade 6, 8 to 9, and the 12 graduating. So they will receive kind of a survey electronically, and they will fill some feedback about their Arabic learning experience. Some of them might have been here for years, some of them the first year, whatever it is. So it gives us as an Arabic program some kind of feedback from from the students, okay, from the receivers of this experience. How do they see things working and things that need to improve? That's one. Yeah, so that's something that we will be doing. I'm always interested in the kids going from grade 5 to grade 6 who will continue Arabic and who will not, and why. Same thing 8 to 9. I'm not talking about kids, those who have to take Arabic because of their past, but who have the option. I'm always interested.
The question, sorry, it's in grade 5 that you don't stay in your grade, right? You just,
What do you mean?
or the grade 6 then, it's when you don't stay with your, in other words, you're taking Arabic class with people from different grades.
When you finish grade 5, you go into middle school. In middle school, the language classes are not currently very grade level. So you might go to Arabic 3 and you might find somebody from grade 7 and grade 8 in the same class. Okay? Because based on proficiency. Alright? Now, some other schools do it differently. Some other schools say, let's keep it per grade level and you have to differentiate in the class. Structurally, might be different approaches to
And
that.
starting in grade 6, it's not mandatory, correct?
Yes,
It's
yes,
like the whole
yes,
password.
yes. Grade 6 becomes optional, exactly. Which is not in alignment with the Ministry of Education requirements, because the Ministry says up to grade 9, everybody, regardless of your passport, of your nationality, whatever it is, you have to take Arabic up to grade 9. But we're not in compliance with that. Any questions? Any more questions? I'm almost done with my presentation. So if you have any questions, please ask.
I have a comment.
Yes.
Again, my son is young, he's in grade 1. He's not proud to learn Arabic. It's still seen as a chore. Even though it's part of the school system, it's, fine, I sometimes put him in extra classes after school, but he's not proud. So does the curriculum instill enough excitement about, like you presented at the beginning, why languages are important? Because he doesn't believe me. I tell him, he's not going to trust me in that way. So what's your feedback about this? How to make them really proud they're learning Arabic?
I think that's a very important point. I think it starts there, in the pride and the motivation, etc. I think it might happen at some point, like don't give up. The thing is, what are you doing at home? I'm sure you're doing many things at home. Whether you talk about Arabic music or reading some story from time to time. It's
because when they go out and they want to talk, they don't see anyone speaking Arabic.
that's
It's not
why.
a cool language,
هلا ما هو هلا
And they go to restaurants and they go to
Yeah, I
movies,
agree.
they
I totally agree. UAE is a bit challenging. The UAE, we have to agree. مع السلامة. UAE is a bit challenging because you're right. You can live in the country for 50 years and you don't have to speak one word of Arabic. Correct? You don't have to, because Arabic is the official language. In practicality, it is not. Let's face it. So that's the challenge. Yeah, he goes outside. Why I have to speak Arabic? That's why we have to double the effort. See, but that's why we don't have to give up. We have to double the effort. So at home, يعني شو نسمع شوية Arabic music, شوية Arabic cartoon, Arabic sports, Arabic board game, whatever it is. وهون at school لما حكينا عن مسرحية السعادة والArabic author والArabic book fair و those kind of things, كمان we're trying as much as we can to send the message إنه Arabic is not only in the classroom. Look, في cool Arabic authors صاروا بيجوا بيحكوا معنا. We have cool Arabic book fair في stories وفي Arabic play لفرح ودلال, they're coming to act for us. في cool Arabic actors, those kind of things. We have to keep working on it. When you will reach a point where you tell your mama, I'm really proud, we don't know. But we have to keep working on it.
I think also the teachers need to make it more fun. I think some of the teachers are a bit too strict compared to the other teachers that they have. And that makes it like they don't enjoy because of the teachers. And I think there's a few that make Arabic more fun than others. But I think that also maybe instill in the teacher the sense, let's enjoy this. That the kids enjoy it rather than being strict and being behave, ما تحرك, خليكم ساكتين. That kind of, I feel, is also there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, what I'm saying is true is that our teachers are continually trained in engaging activities and engaging techniques and not at standing and lecturing and the lecturing model and per work and projects. There's always work we can do, of course. I think actually we have, in Arabic specifically, because nobody comes and says English is not cool. I've never heard this, all right? Because, not because of the teaching, because the whole environment, music, well, media, whatever it is. So in Arabic, we have to double up the effort because we're practically, as we say, swimming against the tide. Right, so I hear what you're saying. Okay, any more questions, comments? Yes?
I appreciate that it's all about elementary school, middle school, but I'm a high schooler. What has changed for us? What is the purpose of today for me?
When I talked about the Arabic word language program and the native program coming and the changes, they fit K to 12 Arabic, not only.
In high school. And my daughter has been 11 years in DA, native high, AE, and she came here instead of a native 6, she's in a native 2.
Okay.
And the drop was huge. We've had this discussion before because of how she speaks, whatever it is. So they told her she only needs 2 years of Arabic and she's done. Does she continue to have a language on her CV that she continued all 4 years in Arabic, or does she stop because she's done with it? Second question would be, what has changed for her? Because today she's insisted that I come to see what has changed for her. Should she take Arabic 3 or no? What is the difference of what she's currently having today? And why should she continue? We're having this debate at home. She finished her must have 2 years of Arabic for high school. So
That's a question I cannot answer for you. If she finished the requirements for languages in the high school, that's a personal decision if she wants to continue or not. We offer, as an Arabic program, we offer progression.
What would she find in, for example, Arabic 3? Would she have to have another assessment after 2, or she's automatically?
No, she was automatically. If she finished, if she finished level 2, she will progress to level 3.
Okay, but she will not do an assessment to go into 4, 5, or 6.
No need.
So
no
there's
need.
no option
No,
not
what
to
we.
be assessing.
No, because she has been with us all year, so her performance data. We don't do this in other subjects. We don't do if they're going from Math 1 to Math 2. We don't do an assessment. She's still in high school. She finished 2 successfully. She will go to level 3.
Yeah, but you dropped her from 6 to 2 when she entered. You see my point? So
This is okay. Let me clarify. Every child who comes to ASD, because we don't know this child, we don't know their level, we assess them. Makes sense? Okay. When you go to a doctor, he assesses you. He doesn't know. So we assess them based on that assessment, on that placement. We put them. Now, I cannot be responsible of what happened in the AA or other schools. What I do as an Arabic program, we assess them because we can't place them randomly. We cannot. Experience tells us we have kids coming from other schools saying, I've studied Arabic for 8 years. Okay, we assess them. It appears to us they've studied Arabic based on our program, our expectations for 3 years. Sometimes it's more. I'm not saying that it's less. Or what? Sometimes it is. Yeah, so this is the thing.
I have no issue if she's 2, 3, 1, or 6. Okay, my question is what has changed for high school from today to next year? What am I seeing here? And what will be the difference for her next year?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what. When I talked about she's a native, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when I talked about the native curriculum, if you hear me saying it will be more aligned with the English Common Core, with the Ministry of Education, with the training from QRTA around the reading writing model. The literacy focus, yes, in the reading and writing. So that's a major uplifting that we're talking about. Okay. When I talked about the Arabic as a word language, in terms of the rubrics, in terms of adopting the Jefferson County units of study, that's a major shift as well.
I'm surprised you never had rubrics here before in Arabic.
We have rubrics. Of course we have rubrics, but what we did is that we made sure that they're more aligned with the ACTFL framework that we have adopted.
Because my understanding is everything is under rubrics, even the Arabic.
Yeah, we have rubrics currently, but we're just more aligning them with the framework we're already in. Yes.
Now, going from 8 into high school, the placement. Okay, I know yesterday you touched upon it.
Let me show you the sequence. Can I show you the sequence?
Yeah, but I just wanna, ask the question of when you were saying yesterday, if they're in 3 now, they're gonna go into 3 into high school, and you said it's a bit of a higher level. This is where I'm a bit
confused.
No, not confused. I've gone through it already once, and this disappointment was there, as you well know, throughout all the years I've been with you. And I just want to know, is it going to be done differently now? That's where I'm, I don't want to go through another 4 years if I want to continue with Arabic with him. That, we go on, the teachers from high school and middle school are talking with each other, knowing who are the students that are coming, whether they are going to be placed in 3 or not, and based on what.
Good, very good question. So, students coming from 8, so if a student is in 3 in 8, they will go to 3 in 9. This doesn't mean they're repeating the course. Let me be very clear, okay? The scope and the content of level 3 in high school is different than middle school. Okay, so they will build up on what they've already learned. That's one thing. The second thing, in terms of internal kind of collaboration between the teachers. So what we've done is the following. So I've pulled, in the grade 8, we've pulled all their semester 1 report cards results. Okay? So we put it on a sheet, we put the student name, the teacher name, what they've done in semester 1 in grade 8, what are the expectations of doing limited, adequate, and the 4 skills. And we looked at our expectations in the high school. And based on that, we place them. So if they're getting proficient or exemplary, they will progress Arabic 3, they will go to Arabic 3. As simple as that. Now, when I talked about the ActFill framework, and when I talked about the rubrics, and when I talked about the adopting the QRTA model, this will help us more also in having aligned expectations of when a child goes from one level to the other. So that's the thing. Like we do not need to do an assessment, a special assessment for those incoming grade 9, because we can look at our own data. We have samples of work. Even we look at their speaking, and their reading, and their writing. Like in their samples, high school teachers can look at those and they can make sure that they're placed in the right level. So this also during the school year, it's not a one thing event. Even during the school year, teachers do peer visits to each other's classrooms. I do crosswalks where, for example, I go, okay, Arabic 1 middle school, then I go to Arabic 1 in high school. Level 2 in middle school, and then I go to level 2 in high school. Those kind of things, what's going in the class, what units they're learning at this point, what kind of language the kids are producing, how much aligned it is, those kind of things. So, because if they're going from middle school 3, going to high school 4, that's going to be a huge gap. Of course. That's why we said 3 goes to 3, 2 goes to 2. Also because they're coming from a new division.
3 in high school, could it be, if let's say, they're not completely...
Could it be too hard, you mean?
Yeah.
It shouldn't. Based on our curriculum expectations, it shouldn't. Okay? Also, the thing also is that every language class we will have multi-levels, whatever we do. There's no perfect leveling system. I don't speak and listen and read and write Arabic at the same level. One person, impossible. So here also working more with the teachers on differentiation when the student needs it. Because, sorry, I'm talking a lot about this because it's an important topic. Because also we have to remember that the language class is not only different in languages. They're different in motivation, they're different in attention span, they're different in some kids, you talk to them about football, or they read about football, they really engage. Some are not. So you see what I'm saying? Okay. Like it's not the differentiation when we need to do it, it's more aspects than just, he speaks here, but he speaks here, or that child writes here and that child writes here. It's much more complex than that. But what we do with our leveling system is to make sure that those gaps are as much less as possible, so they're not problematic for the child or for the student.
Yeah, because in the past it did not happen. So that's why I'm just reiterating it again, that I don't want it to happen again with my second child.
Yes,
that's it.
I hear you.
It being what you were concerned that basically they went from native 3, for example, to native 3 in high school, and they were struggling.
Yeah, and it was never, called on, and he graduated, and we struggled basically.
Is there such a thing as native 2 high school, or it starts at native 3?
No, there is.
Oh, there is.
There's native 2, there's native 1.
Okay. But so why would you end up in native 2 if you were in native 3 in middle school? The teacher decides that they're not strong enough, or
No. He said you go from 3 to 3.
Yeah.
But my question is, when he went 3 to 3, he wasn't ready.
Let me rephrase the question. When do you end up in native 2 in high school? How
you're a native, if you're in grade 8, 2, going into high school 9.
But you can be native 3 in 8th grade and go to native 2 if you're not ready for native 3 in high school.
That's also my question.
If you're a native 3 in grade 8, you're doing fine, you go to native 3.
I understand, but you could be placed in native 2 in high school
If your report card,
If
if your report card in this case say limited, yeah, it makes sense that you're not ready for native.
Or it's maybe someone who starts ASD in
Yeah, that's
7th
true.
grade.
That's
Because,
true.
yeah, you know, in my case, for example, logically, she'll be a native 1, 6th grade if she continues on this path, for example. So there's no reason for her to ever do native 2 high school. There's no reason.
Yeah, she will do native 1 grade 6, native 2 grade 7, native 3 grade 8, and she will go to native 3 in grade 9.
Okay,
But
so
again, if by that time you're still sticking with this name, we want to change it.
I don't want to sound negative, but ASD is, and I see you're putting a lot of effort, but ASD is known to be weak when it comes to the Arabic program. And other students from other schools seem to be stronger in Arabic than our kids. Why is that?
I think this is part of a perception. I think this is a big question that I cannot answer. I cannot say what's going on in other schools. But what I can say is, why I tell you this, because when we have students admitted from other schools, we do some assessment sometimes. We find, you know what, no, they're lower than what other schools expect them to be. So we place them in a lower level based on our intent. And sometimes it is not. So it's really, there are many complex factors to that.
And my question is, why can't we have books where our kids can bring home, where we can sit with our kids, where we can just like, I don't know, it's just, to me it's...
Textbooks is a whole direction that the schools doesn't take. Because think of an Arabic textbook. They could kind of provide you with the speaking and the listening activities, the textbook.
Okay, but it helps us, it helps the kids. I mean, look, we have math books, we have, I mean,
And here you need resources. The resource is different. You need resources, maybe a story or a text to read with them, or an activity.
Or even if they can
Resource.
provide it digital, like we have, the math book or the history book, or they're digital, but at least maybe we could have that as an option.
I think that's kind of the goal with these monthly updates.
And from what I understand, when I keep hearing you ask for the things that you need,
It's only elementary.
well, I thought you were going to do it throughout the school eventually.
This is my understanding. In our school, the middle school, high school is utilized differently to update parents on what's going on. So,
That's it.
okay, so but this is the thing. That's why I asked you, have you reached out to the teacher to get the information you want and you need? Because that would be my initial reaction as a parent. If I go to public school, it's not enough for me. I need to support more. I need more resources. Yeah, if you reach out to the teacher, to the Arabic teacher, and say, you know what, I need to work more with him or with her on reading. What can I do?
last question. When my son comes home, for example, and he has this تغذية سليمة article glued on his notebook, is this something that comes from you for all 8th grader, native 3, or it's discretionary up to the teacher to choose what to give the students?
What do you mean?
Is there a standard story that goes home across the board?
Who decides what to teach the kids? So like I said, my son, for example, came last week with this التغذية السليمة glued on his notebook with like 4 or 5 questions. Who decides to teach the kids about this specific تغذية السليمة? She decided maybe this is good for the class, let me print it, or is this something اللي عم يعطى for all the 8th graders in native?
All the native graders and native are in the same class.
There's only one class.
They're not in different classes. That's one.
Who decides to
It's a curriculum. It's a collaboration where it takes place between me, the Arabic teachers, the PLC office, where we sit and say, okay, these are the topics and the units we're going to teach this year. Okay, so let's say food or nutrition. All right, now we need reading tags and we need listening tags for this specific level about nutrition, about food. So we gather those tags, we build up questions or activities that kids can do.
Sometimes I find أغلاط بالتشكيل. تشكيل مثلا التغذية السليمة. I don't know where it was printed from. بس أنا عم بقرا مع ابني في أغلاط بالتشكيل.
So this is something that I will
جر
do.
في فتحة بالكلمة اللي بعده أما يعني في
So
أغلاط.
that's something if I were you, I would bring it to the teacher's attention. If you feel that you're going nowhere, you bring it to my attention. That's what I can follow up.
I'm just wondering, so for example, the seesaw update we got last week or whatever it was actually very helpful because it gave us the songs, et cetera, et cetera. I'm wondering if it's as detailed in the middle school.
I need to follow up and see.
Yeah.
I need to follow up and see and see what we need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shukran. Thank you for your time.
maybe مش شكليا بس.
Thank you so much.
مع السلامة. Bye. Thank you.